What if achieving your biggest goals wasn't about control, but letting go? The harder you force things, the more they slip away. Let's explore stories of people who found success by embracing detachment. Stick around, you won't want to miss the most inspiring example at the end. Number 10, Lao Tzu and the Power of Flow. Over 2,000 years ago in ancient China, there lived a philosopher named Lao Tzu, whose teachings on Wu Wei, the art of effortless action, would inspire countless people, including the legendary martial artist Bruce Lee. At the heart of Lao Tzu's philosophy was the idea of going with the flow, of allowing life to unfold naturally rather than forcing it. This doesn't mean doing nothing, but rather moving with life's currents like water, which finds its way around obstacles by flowing freely. Lao Tzu believed that when we stop trying to control every outcome and instead embrace the natural flow of events, life often takes us to better places than we could have imagined. Bruce Lee embodied this philosophy, teaching that, in both martial arts and life, the key to mastery is to be like water, adaptable, patient, and free of rigid expectations. Lao Tzu's timeless wisdom reminds us that sometimes the greatest strength comes from letting go and trusting the flow. Number 9, the Wright Brothers. In the early 1900s, two brothers from Ohio, Wilbur and Orville Wright, set out to achieve what many thought was impossible: human flight. Their journey was filled with failures, crashes, and doubters who insisted it couldn't be done. But instead of letting those setbacks control them, the Wright brothers embraced trial and error, learning from each failure and refining their designs along the way. They didn't cling to the idea of instant success. Instead, they let go of perfection and trusted the process, knowing that each step forward, no matter how small, was progress. In 1903, their perseverance paid off with the first successful powered flight. But their achievement didn't just change transportation. It set the stage for something even greater. Only 63 years later, the same principles of experimentation and faith in the process helped launch mankind to the moon in 1969. The Wright brothers remind us that letting go of control and embracing the journey can lead to breakthroughs far beyond what we could ever imagine. Stick around to learn about how one of the most influential figures in modern tech, Elon Musk, changed the world by letting go just as the Wright brothers did. Number 8, the farmer and his horse. There's an old Chinese fable about a farmer whose horse ran away. When his neighbors heard the news, they came to console him, saying how unfortunate it was, but the farmer simply replied, "Maybe." A few days later, the horse returned, bringing with it a herd of wild horses. The neighbors were amazed and congratulated the farmer on his good fortune. Again, the farmer said, "Maybe." Soon after, the farmer's son tried to ride one of the wild horses, but was thrown off and broke his leg. The neighbors came again, offering their sympathies. "How unlucky," they said. And once more, the farmer replied, "Maybe." Not long after, the army came to the village to draft young men for war. But because of his injury, the farmer's son was spared. The lesson in this fable is clear. We can't always see the full picture of events as they unfold. By letting go of the need to label things as good or bad, and by accepting life's twists and turns without judgment, we open ourselves to the possibility that what seems like misfortune today may turn out to be a blessing tomorrow. Number 7, Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey's journey to success is a powerful example of what happens when you let go of control and trust in the process. Early in her career, Oprah faced numerous setbacks. She was fired from her first television job as a news anchor, and producers told her she wasn't fit for television. But instead of clinging to those rejections, she embraced her authentic self and followed her passion for storytelling and connection. When Oprah was given the chance to host a low-rated morning talk show in Chicago, she didn't try to imitate other hosts or control the show's format to fit the mold. Instead, she focused on creating authentic conversations and used her own life experiences as a way to connect with others. That show eventually became The Oprah Winfrey Show, one of the highest-rated talk shows in television history. Oprah also let go of the need to control every detail in her business ventures. For example, when launching her book club, she trusted her instinct and let the discussions evolve naturally, which turned it into a cultural phenomenon. Oprah's story shows us that by letting go of rigid expectations and embracing our true selves, we can create success far beyond what we initially imagined. Up next, we'll dive into an ancient parable about patience and hidden growth, one that will challenge how you think about progress in your own life. Number 6, the parable of the Chinese bamboo tree. The parable of the Chinese bamboo tree is a powerful lesson in patience and faith. When you plant the seed of a bamboo tree, you must water and nurture it every single day, but for years, there's no visible growth. Nothing happens above the surface. It's easy to get frustrated or feel like your efforts are wasted. But then, in the 5th year, something remarkable occurs. The bamboo tree suddenly shoots up, growing over 80 feet in just a matter of weeks. During all those years, while nothing seemed to happen, the tree was quietly developing a deep root system that would eventually support its rapid growth. This story teaches us that even when we can't see immediate results, we must trust the process and keep going. Letting go of control over the timing and trusting that progress is being made, even if it's hidden, can lead to extraordinary outcomes. The bamboo tree shows us that true growth often happens beneath the surface, where it's unseen. Number 5, Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein, one of the greatest minds in history, knew the importance of letting go of rigid control and trusting in the process of discovery. Early in his career, Einstein faced rejection and skepticism. He struggled to find work as a teacher and was considered a mediocre student. But instead of forcing success or sticking to conventional thinking, he let his curiosity guide him, often relying on intuition and imagination rather than trying to control every outcome. Einstein famously said, "Imagination is more important than knowledge." It was this mindset that led him to develop groundbreaking theories like relativity, which revolutionized our understanding of the universe. By letting go of the need for immediate validation and trusting in his ideas, even when others didn't, Einstein showed us that true breakthroughs often come when we release the desire for control and have faith in the journey of discovery. Number 4, the 2 monks and the woman. The story of the 2 monks and the woman is a Zen fable that teaches us the power of letting go of burdens. 2 monks were traveling when they came across a woman unable to cross a river. Although their order forbade them from touching women, the elder monk immediately picked her up and carried her across. Hours later, the younger monk, troubled by this, asked, "Why did you carry her when we're not allowed to touch women?" The elder monk replied, "I put her down hours ago. Why are you still carrying her?" This story reminds us that holding onto rigid thoughts or unnecessary worries only weighs us down. By letting go of the mental baggage we carry, whether it's resentment, judgment, or guilt, we free ourselves to move forward with peace. The monk's wisdom shows that true freedom comes from releasing what no longer serves us. This brings us to our top 3 examples of how letting go can change someone's whole life. Number 3, Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs' life is a powerful example of how letting go of control can lead to remarkable success. In 1985, Jobs was famously fired from Apple, the very company he co-founded. Instead of fighting to regain control or dwelling on the loss, he shifted his focus to new ventures, founding Next and acquiring Pixar. During this period, he often turned to a simple practice when he felt stuck. He'd go for long walks. Jobs believed that walking helped him clear his mind and let go of overthinking, allowing creativity and new ideas to flow freely. This habit, combined with his willingness to embrace the unknown, led him to profound insights. When he returned to Apple years later, he brought fresh ideas that transformed the company, leading to groundbreaking products like the iPhone and iPod. Jobs' ability to step away, trust the process, and let go of immediate control paved the way for one of the greatest comebacks in business history. Number 2, the Fisherman and the Businessman. The story of the fisherman and the businessman is a classic fable about finding contentment by letting go of the relentless pursuit of more. In the tale, a businessman meets a fisherman relaxing by the shore after a day's work. The businessman suggests that the fisherman should work harder, catch more fish, and grow his business. He lays out a grand plan of expansion, hiring more workers, buying more boats, and eventually becoming wealthy. The fisherman listens and then asks, "And what would I do after all that?" The businessman replies, "Then you could retire, relax, and enjoy life by the sea." The fisherman smiles and says, "But I'm already doing that." This story shows us the power of detachment from material success and the constant need for more. By letting go of the idea that happiness lies in future achievements, the Fisherman teaches us that contentment is often already within reach, right where we are. Finally, at number 1, Elon Musk. Elon Musk, one of the most visionary entrepreneurs of our time, has faced countless moments where he had to let go of control and trust in the process. In 2008, both Tesla and SpaceX were on the brink of collapse. Tesla's first car, the Roadster, had major production issues, and SpaceX had experienced multiple failed rocket launches. Musk had poured his entire fortune into both companies and was running out of money. Instead of trying to control every detail or shutting down his ventures, Musk made the bold decision to continue pushing forward, trusting that persistence would pay off. He divided his remaining funds between Tesla and SpaceX, barely keeping both afloat. Soon after, SpaceX successfully launched its first rocket, and Tesla secured outside funding, allowing both companies to survive and eventually thrive. Another example is Musk's belief in long-term goals over short-term results. With projects like the Hyperloop, Starship, and Mars colonization, he's shown a willingness to take enormous risks, understanding that some things are beyond immediate control and require time and faith to come to fruition. Elon Musk's journey is a testament to the power of letting go, embracing failure, and trusting that vision and persistence will ultimately lead to success. In all of these stories, from Elon Musk trusting his vision during crises to Lao Tzu's wisdom about flowing with life, the common theme is clear. Real success comes from letting go of control and having faith in the process. Whether it's innovators like the Wright Brothers or icons like Oprah Winfrey, their breakthroughs happened when they stopped forcing outcomes and trusted the journey. Now think about your own life. Where could you embrace detachment and open yourself to new possibilities? Sometimes stepping back is the most powerful move. If this resonated with you, be sure to check out our other inspiring content, subscribe, and share your own experiences. We'd love to hear from you.